Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to discuss on the key differences between string and string builder. Those who have already attended the interviews, this would be a familiar question, or for those who are preparing for an interview, this question would be very handy. So let's see the key differences. String is immutable. What does it mean? It means that when you create a string, it is immutable. That means it is read-only. When something is immutable or read-only, it means it cannot be changed at a later time. Whereas string builder is mutable. Strings uses system namespace, whereas string builder uses system.text namespace. When we cannot modify once we created a string object, but string builder we can perform operations like insert, replace, append even after we create a string builder object. Append keyword is not supported in string, but whereas in string builder we can append the keywords. In a huge loop, this is very important. In a huge loop, string is slower as it creates a new memory each time, whereas string builder is faster, and this is the main key difference between string builder and string, that in a huge loop string builder is faster as it creates only one instance for each time. So let's see an example how we can implement string and string builder in a huge loop. So I have my diagnostic tools open over here, and I have a small example where I am creating different strings. Also I have a huge list, and which is having a value from 1 to 1 lakh, and I will be iterating that through two things. One is using string and one is using string builder. We will see how much time has taken to complete the operation for each of them. So let's start debugging. So I have my diagnostic tools opened, so I am debugging. So here, as you can see, I have a string 1 which is having a value Asia. So what happens is, like, as soon as you create a string variable and assign it a value, so here a memory will be allocated by this common language runtime. So I created another string, another memory gets created in the heap. I created a string 3, an empty string will be created in the memory. Now I am concatenating the string 1 and string 2 and assigning that to string 3. So another memory is getting created. So in the first 4 lines, so 4 memory allocations will be done by the CLR. So this is a small operation, so here you will not be able to see the performance issues. But now, as I am creating a new list of with value ranging from 1 to 1 lakh, I am creating a list of string. Okay, now I am creating an empty string. So in all these cases, each memory will be allocated. Okay, now I am entering into the for each loop, where I will be iterating through each value in the string list. That is 1 lakh iterations will be done, and I will be concatenating that value along with the result value. So now the time is 0 seconds. Now let's see when it gets completed. So as you can see, for each so this is running, this is in the running stage, and for each iteration a memory will be allocated in the heap. So as you can see, still it is running, it has not completed. It took almost 20 seconds. So let's see how much time it is taking for this 1 lakh iterations. So this is an ideal situation, like if you have a huge amount of data and there is some string manipulation like concatenations to be implemented, then, and if you are implementing string, you can see the load that the application will be having, and it leads to the performance issues. As you can see, 43 seconds it took now. So you can see 44 seconds it took, the memory, how much memory it has taken, the CPU. So it took almost 44 seconds to complete that operation. So now we have the string, so it has concatenated all the 1 lakh numbers, and this is the result. So now we are creating and initializing a new string builder, and we will be iterating through the same huge list again. We have the string list here, we have 1 lakh counts. See, within 1 second, you can see, within a fraction of seconds. I think fraction of milliseconds, it took almost 6 milliseconds. That got completed, and we have the same result over here. So I'm just putting a console over here. If both the results are equal, then I will be just putting a console, and if you see that both the results are equal, if both the results are equal. So let's come back to the slide. So now just I have put the screenshot. So when I did for less than 1 lakh, so it almost took 33 seconds, and with using StringBuilder it took only less than like almost 140 milliseconds. Okay, and these are the possible interview questions, like what are the state the differences between string and StringBuilder. Now that once you have gone through this video, I think you would have understood what is the key differences between string and StringBuilder. Should we use mutable or immutable? Mutable is the StringBuilder and immutable is the normal strings. Are strings mutable or immutable by default? By default, strings are immutable. And why are strings immutable? Strings is an array of characters. As you know, strings is an array of characters, and the CLR implements an array to store strings, which is like a fixed size data structure. Any changes to the string, CLR would create a new memory reference for the modified string. And in the conclusion, you can see when to use StringBuilder over string and when to use string over StringBuilder. So whenever you are having a huge amount of data that needs to be manipulated, especially like concatenations, then go for blindly, you can go for StringBuilder, because as you can see, it took almost 40 plus seconds for 1 lakh records to be iterated and concatenated, whereas StringBuilder took almost less than 1 second to complete the same operation. And you have to use string instead of StringBuilder when the amount of data is less. Like if you have 3 to 4 concatenations that needs to be operated, then you have to definitely use string instead of StringBuilder, because StringBuilder needs to be initialized. Once you are initializing, it can slow down the performance. So with this, I am concluding the video. Hope you all are clear about the differences between string and StringBuilder, and all the best for your future interviews.